This is going to be a position to progress into hip extension. I always start off when I'm progressing the leg behind me into maintaining control through my trunk. So if I'm at the counter and I'm leaning forward on my forearms, I want to see if I can lightly press down into my hands and see if I can pull my butt underneath me. Now, as I talk about in other videos, I'm trying to do that without bending my knees, and I'm trying to do it without rounding my shoulders. Right? So I'm really trying to keep my shoulder blades down, which is where this little bit of a press down into my hands comes into play. And I want to feel like I'm just very lightly tucking my hips underneath me to create a little tension in my lower abdomen. Now, if that's fine, I want to see if I can do this with my hip in a little bit more extension. So instead of my feet being side by side, I'm going to stagger them. Maybe I'll start off with my toe right around where my heel is here, about shoulder width apart. I'm going to keep my back leg pretty straight. I'm going to bend my front knee a little. And I'm going to try the same thing. I'm going to see if I can press down and pull my butt underneath me. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and then relax. So first, I want to see if I can feel that same abdominal tension, right? And the more this leg goes behind me, the more I should start to maybe feel a little bit of a stretch through the front of my hip. So if that was fine, I may go a little further back. The further I go back, especially if I'm going to keep my knee straight, my heel will have to come off the ground, or else I'm just going to feel a lot of stretching in my calf. So I don't have to keep my heel pasted to the ground. I can come up on my toe a little bit. And it's the same, press down into the counter. And I actively think about trying to squeeze my butt a little bit as I do it, because that squeeze will give me a little bit more of a stretch through this kind of anterior lateral aspect of my hip, and then relax. And a lot of times as I relax, I may even let myself kind of straighten both legs. So then as I come back into it, back leg stays straight, front knees bent slightly. This back heel can be slightly off the ground, and it's that same press down and try and pull my butt underneath me. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds and relax. And I really can go as far back to where I either feel that tension in the front of my hip, right? Or if I feel like I'm going so far back that I can't tuck my pelvis. So if I get really far, or if I'm really tight in the front of my hip, the further back that leg goes, my back is not going to want to move, and I'll start to drop into this, which is exactly what I don't want, right? So if you're ever not sure if you're doing it right, always start off kind of getting the feeling of, I don't want this, I want this, maybe do 3 to 5 of those, and then just kind of gradually work into that leg going further behind you. And see if you can still feel that same tension in your lower abdomen, and hopefully the further this leg goes back, that comes along with a little bit of stretch in the front of that hip.